Actually, at that time, just before, my mom always used to tell me that I was conceived in United States, born in Japan. And at that time, my grandparents were ill. And my dad was the oldest of the family. He was the shonan of the family. And they told him to come back to see, Japan. So we all, the whole family, went back to Japan. He only lasted there maybe less than 4 or 5 months. He just couldn't take that life. And my grandparents became well. So they decided, he actually came back to the U.S. by himself. And he told my mother that as soon as I was old enough to travel, come back and rejoin it. And at that time, my oldest sister, Haruko, was left there with my grandparents. So my oldest sister was really raised by my grandparents.
Back then, were there ever considerations or thoughts whether it was better for their child to be born in Japan or the United States? Do you recall anyone ever talking about that? Given your family, where you were born in Japan and your siblings were in the United States, was there any perceived benefit by having born one place versus the other?
No, I think it was a lot of troublesome for me because I was always an Issei. I had to get naturalized, and it was a hardship on me. I have to say I was born in Japan, and then explain away all the circumstances.
Okay. So from your perspective, it would have been easier if you were born in the United States.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
And in fact, actually, at the time after I was born, they were wondering whether I could come back to the United States or not, because my parents weren't aware about this act that mother and child would not be separated. So they were later I heard that they were even thinking that since my sister Shizue died in Japan of chickenpox, at one time they were thinking, well, maybe we could use her passport to get me into the States, but she's a girl and I'm a boy, and then I would have been 2 years older. So fortunately, they didn't do that.